Behind every glamorous lifestyle, there is usually a story people don't see. And today's episode is about power, image, ambition, status, and the hidden realities behind elite culture in Abuja. My guest today is Shehu Usman Yakubu, who is a fashion designer and a first-time author whose book, Maitama Linen, The Scandalous Lives of Abuja Elite, pulls back the curtain on a world where many admire from a distance. But today's conversation is bigger than a scandal. It's about identity, pressure, success, and what people quietly lose while trying to belong.
This podcast is suitable for students between the ages of 16 to 25. If you're interested in self-improvement, productivity, study tips, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to the Sweet and Sour Podcast.
My podcast for you. Welcome to the Sweet and Sour Podcast. My name is Abdulmuni Hikmat. I'm a fellow student, a nation builder, and a believer in disciplined growth. Here we explore personal development, mindset transformation, productivity, and entrepreneurship, breaking down the systems, the disciplines, and the decisions that actually move the needle. So if this is your first time listening to this amazing voice, don't make it your last. And thank you for joining. If not, sweetie, you know how we roll now.
Let me hear you say H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T. H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T. H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T.
So, thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Shehu.
My pleasure.
It's an honor to have you here.
It's an honor to be here.
How are you doing today?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm doing great as well. The Scandalous Lives of Abuja Elite. Now, I'm understanding that this is the subtitle and the title is Maitama Linen, but for some reason, I just like I love the subtitle. And so that's what I'm going to ask you first of all. Who is an elite to you?
To me,
Yes.
an elite is a person that lives in a certain refined manner, a seasoned person, not necessarily connected to financial gains, but financial gains do help you live as an elite. So you can be rich, but to me, you might not be elite. But in this book, the definition of an elite is someone who has amassed or is in the envelope of wealth.
Okay. And what inspired you to actually write this book?
The book is it's a rant. It's a collection of rants that is canvassed in interesting stories, in fiction. All the devils, all the vices, all the problems that are written about exists. So it was locked down. I wanted to talk about all these things, but I didn't want to use a heading that even my family members would not read the book. If I said change in society, if I said how can we view ourselves, reflection of us, they'll be like, hey, they've written something again. We'll go and support him because we know him, because he's our guy, because he's our brother, but who read? But when everybody sees Maitama Linen, Scandalous Lives of Abuja Elites, they say it's gist, it's hot gist.
You know,
they must read it.
They must read it.
So me, I'm glad because I'm able to pass the messages I want to pass underneath all those, gists. Yeah.
So take me through. Did you grow up in Abuja? How was your journey like?
For most of my life, I've been here. I wasn't born here, but most of my life, I've been here.
So you were born where?
In Kano. I was born in Kano. I lived a bit in Lagos, but settled here in Abuja.
And did any of the stories in this book, because we have like different individuals and their journey through this book, did you witness or did you experience or did you see any of these stories firsthand?
Well, you're asking me if I wrote about my experiences.
Okay, maybe that's, yes.
Well, I would say yes and no, because some of the things I wrote about didn't happen in front of me.
Okay.
It's a collection of experiences, myself, people around me, things I see, things I hear. There are things that I wrote about that I started researching about when I wasn't even in the country. General human problems, but they also relate to people in Abuja. So the society, of course, has affected the writing because I'm writing about the vices in society. I have to see the vices. I have to be in the vices. I have to experience them to be able to write properly about them.
Okay. So what is the biggest lie about, that people believe about the Abuja elite lifestyle?
Well, the biggest lie is that every rich person is happy.
Aren't they?
I mean, when you always have light, you always have AC, when you have different types of ice cream in your fridge, when you have a chef on call, life is more comfortable. When you are sleeping with 1,000 thread count bed sheets, it's better. But
It gets boring.
you always have to seek happiness beyond material things. It's like this song by Seal. The lyrics go, when there's nothing left to buy, it's only love that gets you high. So if you're able to buy everything in Abuja and you finish buying it, then what?
So what was the most challenging part of writing this book?
There are things that I didn't ever do before that I had to write about. So I had to challenge my creativity to write about those things in a way that it was absolutely believable to the reader that this is exactly how this experience feels. So I wouldn't say, it was lightly challenging because I was up to the task, but that and writing action scenes in the book, because writing action is different from watching it or listening to it. So it would have to make you want to be like, you have to actually
have to
be
be on the
excited
edge, yes.
by text. And to do that, it's harder than people think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you a northerner? Where are you from? You said you grew up in Kano. So you're from where?
I am from Kogi State.
Okay,
The best kept secret, the state with the greatest potential
Okay.
in the entire world.
Where, I'm also from Kogi State. So what part of Kogi are you from? Or what tribe
I'm
are you?
from Angpam Igala.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Ibira, by the way.
Okay.
And so I thought you were northern because like growing up personally, I loved northerners, right? And then when I came to Abuja to study, I just started to get angry.
Okay.
And honestly, I never thought that like a day will come where I'll be like, I'll start to think that what exactly is going on in the north? Because to me, they just felt like, they just felt so good, so everything, so, sophisticated in the ones I have actually met. And someone had made a statement and said, northern people are lazy, a friend of mine. But then it wasn't that for me because growing up, what I experienced growing up, where I grew up, they were like hardworking. And I don't know if it was due to where I grew up. So what do you think? Are northern people lazy or what exactly do you think it is?
So there are some people from Kogi who don't consider themselves northerners.
Okay.
There's people who are in the north who don't consider people from Kogi northerners. For me, I would say I'm as a Kogi person, I'm right in the middle, which is why I am.
Yes.
We're right in the middle. So, like back in school, I didn't choose cliques. I didn't choose like the Igbo clique, the Yoruba clique, the Hausa clique. I was going everywhere. I was with everybody, and everybody would do with me.
You're the butterfly.
So I wouldn't. I don't exclude myself from northerners. I also feel a connection to the Yorubas. We have similarities in language, and by geography, we're not also far from the Igbos. We share certain meals with them. So the way I grew up, the way I see Nigeria, we all have our advantages and disadvantages. When you talk about northerners and say, are they lazy? I would say that there's a large majority that are laid back. I wouldn't use the word lazy. Yes.
You see a lot of almajiris now. You see a lot of people begging. And unfortunately, I'm telling you, I think maybe 1 in 100 would you find an Igbo person in that situation. 1 in 100 would you find a Yoruba person in that situation. Why is it always the North doing almajiri? Why is it always the North? Like, devices, some of the devices that we're seeing now, they are like, maybe they are not from maybe a particular state or something. But if you watch videos that we see everywhere, we see that the language they're speaking is Hausa. I'm not saying maybe they are particularly northern, but the language they're speaking is Hausa. So I'm just like, what exactly? To me, I'm like, what what really is going on in the north? Am I seeing a north differently from like what I knew? Do you understand? I don't know if you ever get that feeling when you look at like the north and just try to understand what exactly is going on. Why are they not like trying to, the margin between a very rich northern person and a very poor northern person is like there's no midline. The rich is extremely rich. The poor is in abject poverty.
So amongst the fake bourgeoisies that we have, ethnicity is not an issue. When they share money, they share money. Your tribe doesn't matter, your religion doesn't matter. When they want to cheat the masses, they cheat the masses. All of that doesn't matter. It's the majority of the other people that these divisions are used against them. Now, talking about the North and people, as you've asked me, as you've described, in Abuja, your office can start work by 8 and you leave your house 7. So you can afford to wake up by 6 o'clock. In Lagos, if you start work by 8, you might need to wake up 3:30, 4, because if you don't wake up that early, you won't get there. In Kano, you can wake up 10, you can wake up 11. So there are certain aspects of our surroundings that affect us being laid back. So if you wake up early in the morning in Lagos and everybody is trying to get somewhere, you need to do 3 buses before you get to your location. You're up, your brain is working, you're thinking, how can I move out of this difficulty as soon as possible? In Abuja, it's a bit calmer. But then in Kano, nobody's rushing you. Because you might get to work early and even your boss is not there. It doesn't mean that they're not efficient at the things that they're good at. But society surroundings affect the way that we live. When I went to Kano for a project and I went to site 7 a.m., there was nobody there. And I was calling them like Inakuki, and they were like,
they're so sleeping after pleasure sleep.
And they're like, what's this guy saying? Who do you want to be on site with you by 7? Like, what's wrong with this guy? I made them understand that if you don't come on time, I'll not pay you. They started coming a bit earlier. But there are a lot of things. This topic is very deep.
Yes.
There's surroundings, there's leadership, there's
religion.
There's religion. Religion, here's the thing. As a Muslim, the main aim, the main goal, the main purpose of my existence is to worship God. If today I wake up and I'm able to pray my 5 daily prayers, I don't fall into sin, I do good, I respect my parents, etc., I'm good to go. I've served my purpose today. God will find a way to feed me if I do make some effort into my daily living. Now, because the North is religious in that way, the average man would say, if I'm able to pray, to fast, maybe once in my life to go for Hajj, to Umrah, if I'm fortunate enough to marry a second wife or maybe up to 4, I'm successful in this world and it's okay for me. Whereas you look at somebody from Lagos and he's thinking, you know what, I want to build a Fortune 500 company because I'm surrounded by people who are opening companies that are receiving grants and seed for exactly. And for them, they don't, the bad side of the contentment that the northern man has is if you do not push yourself to build rockets, to own companies that give services, to build drones, to build robots, to basically be at the forefront of science, the Muslim Ummah as a whole will be at the mercy of the people who are
building those things.
Exactly. Everybody would say, oh, the Muslim countries that are being oppressed, who's helping them? Who has the power to help them? Have you as a Muslim made your contribution to the general global power quota of Muslims, or you bask in your contentment and say, because this is okay, I should remain like this. But then we forget that the first revelation to our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is Iqra, to read.
Seek knowledge.
Exactly. So there shouldn't ever be a time where we feel like we know enough, we've done enough. So It's a long topic. Maybe another podcast for this.
Honestly. So back to this book, right? So there's a lot of people like that admire the elite lifestyle from a distance. And, I want you to tell me from your experience growing up and, being surrounded by some of these people, what do they not see?
About the elite?
Yes. Aside from happiness, what exactly do they not see?
One, not everybody is as rich as they would make you to believe they are. Two, the presence of wealth is not absolute happiness. Three, people that you envy from afar, if you get close enough, you might not envy them anymore.
Please say that again. That particular one.
You can replay it.
No, I want you to actually say it again.
So people who you envy from afar, when you get close enough and you get to know them, you might not envy them anymore.
Cockroaches in the covers. Oof.
Not just that, but there's always a price to pay for something. There's always a flip side. They will be lacking in something.
Okay. So the first thing is that like the way you think or how rich a person is may not be how rich they are.
Yes,
really.
Abuja boys have been accused of sleeping in their cars, even though I don't know anybody that sleeps in their car. They've been accused of squatting, mean, a lot of things are here, but we are not doing that.
Okay.
We are not doing that. But the thing is, somebody can hit a contract and make 20 million and he spends 15 million on a car. So you know that he's a big boy. Then the 5 million, he'll just be managing himself until the next contract comes. So when you see that guy pull up in his nice car, in his nice kaftan, he comes out in Abuja, you think, man, this guy is chilling. But he doesn't have up to 500K in his account. And you see somebody else who's not driving a car as luxurious, who's working hard, might be most likely liquid than the guy who was in a nicer car. This doesn't apply to all situations, but there are many situations like this. So you might be envying the wrong thing or envying the wrong guy.
So for this book, I know you've said it before, but I want you to add more to that. What do you hope that young people learn from this book beyond the fiction, beyond the scandal?
Firstly, if you look at Aisha's character,
story, yes.
The things that you haven't experienced, you don't necessarily need to experience them. I've never had weed. I've never had alcohol, wine, etc. There are things I've never had, and I'm fine. I don't feel like I love to explore, by the way. I love to try out things. I love to explore my talents and express my creativity in many ways. So I'm up for trying things, but I'm okay with not trying certain things. I'm okay with not doing this. I'm okay with not having the taste of certain things that are forbidden to me. And that's fine. Now, we must remind ourselves that this lifespan that we have, if we're lucky, we go above 70, 80, 90. If we're very lucky, some people might not consider that lucky, we go above 100, but we die. We go to the grave life, we go to the hereafter, and that is eternal. In the hereafter, there will be things that I will be drinking, shake day, there will be things I will be eating that were not in this world. Inshallah, if I make it there. But we shouldn't feel like because these babes are doing this thing or these guys are doing this thing, I need to try it too. It's not by force. You don't need to. Two is everybody that you judge has a story. Yes. Look at this guy and say, why is this guy like this? Why is he bad? Even the drug addict, you feel like, okay, somebody who's a sex addict and somebody who's a drug addict. The sex addict, when you see him outside of performing that act, he seems put together. He seems well-looking. He doesn't seem like he's disoriented. The drug addict, because of his own vice, he doesn't look like he's in his right frame of mind. So you judge him more and you say, why did you go into drugs? And from my research, both of them are deep into addiction, and it's almost as hard. The difficulty level to leave that addiction is almost the same. So you judge him because his vice is different, but do you know how he got into that vice? And do you know how difficult it is to leave that vice? A vice like drug addiction, the best way to get out of it is to never start in the first place. So I wanted people to read about all these bad characters and see their backstory and say, something started.
Yes. Especially this particular character, Tanimo. Oh, I don't know if that's the pronunciation. Like, it was the way he transitioned. He had a story that if you did not get to see like where his vice started from, you might have judged him from a very
because he grew up, his mom was hardworking. They sent him to a boarding school, and from there,
one thing led to the other.
Things fell apart.
Okay. So if you could speak honestly to one young person who is trying to make it right now, what would you tell the person?
There's something that my good mentor, Mr. Otedola, said. He said, people don't like to crawl. And he was right. Today, you want to start hustling. Today, you want to blow. Today, you want to start your business and you want your shop to be 100 square meters. Today, you want to start your podcast and you want to have a million viewers today. If you don't have a million viewers, you are not happy. If you start your business today and you have not blown, you are not happy. But you are supposed to crawl. When you have a baby, the neck doesn't stay well. When the neck stays well, oh, fantastic, congratulations. The baby does not sit. When the baby sits, fantastic. Oh, the baby has started moving.
Crawling,
then walking, then running. There are steps in life. But a lot of young people now around us, it's harder to practice than to say, but a lot of young people just want to fly. They want to start and fly. But let me use Dangote as an example. If you know people who know him or you know his story from the beginning, he has sold a lot of things. He has sold fish. He did business in his university days. He was a trader in many ways. He sold things that you say, if I sell this, will I become the richest black man in the world? Most likely not. But he started there and he got where he is today. And he says it's that if he knew the full extent of the work for his refinery, he wouldn't go into it. So it tells you that you have to start somewhere. If you start your hustle today and it's not blowing immediately, it's okay. People who come to me for advice, I tell them, when you start a business, for the first 3 years, forget about enjoyment. Sufferness. Anything you are making, give it back to the business. If you can, don't even think about collecting anything. It's like raising a child. When the business is now strong enough, then the business can start funding you. Business is like you see fire and you hope that there's AC after the fire and you enter the fire. But if you see fire and you say, can't enter that fire, I would prefer to enter G-Wagon immediately instead, you are fooling yourself. So this is my message to the young person.
Thank you so much for joining us today again. So for this book, I don't know how people can get it because I got it because I came to your book reading. So if you can tell us how we can get it, how much it is, and all of those details.
It's very cheap. It's 15K.
It's very cheap, guys.
You can get it from Roving Heights Bookstore. They have a branch, Gimbia Street, where you have H-Medics. You can get it at Wise too. Or you go to Instagram, my Tamalin, and DM, and you get it.
All right. That's it for today, sweetie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember that growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice and habits and small disciplines that you practice every day. If you found value in today's episode, remember to follow and share this episode with someone who needs a little push to level up. Until next time, I remain your host, H to the I to the Q to the M to the A and the T. Stay structured, stay intentional, and stay growing.